Hello, everybody, and welcome to the newest indoor adventure in Taking Strahd Seriously, part 32? Yeah, that's okay. We're getting there. We are literally sieging Castle Ravenloft on this very day, being December 17th, 2019, and you are loved. And hey, guess what? Because we play a game every single day this week on the channel, that just means you get to hear it every single day. And if this is your first time tuning in and you want to keep hearing said message, consider going to to youtube.com/indoor adventures. That's where we upload all of our VODs, and you can find all of our games as well in audiocast format ranging from platforms such as Podbean to iTunes. So consider checking us out. I haven't checked in a while. I don't know if we're doing better than the Indoor Air Conditioning Repair podcast, but I like to think that we are. So, other than that, hey, we have a Patreon. So if you are interested, consider going to patreon.com/indooradventures. There you can help fund our after show called Nights in the Courtyard that we put on at the end of every single one of these sessions. And you also have your money go towards paying the monthly cost of all of our subscription services, which is super fun and helps make the show run, honestly. So thank you, patrons, for all of your hard effort. Other than that, we also have a merch store. So if you go to bit.ly/merchindoor, then we have like 4 pieces of merch up because I need to yell at Teespring. That's it. Other than that, hey, RJ, who are you playing tonight?
I was muted and I remembered. Hey everybody, I'm RJ and I'm playing Bartholomew, the Blood Hunter, Ranger, Werewolf.
Next up is you, GB. Who you playing?
See, I don't know how this goes.
That's okay.
I'm Greybeard of Greybeard Stavard, and tonight I'll be playing Stechen von Antio, the Blood Hunter Knowledge Cleric.
And I am the Indoor Adventurer, and tonight I will be playing as Arabelle. I don't know her last name. She's a little cute as a button cleric wizard. Specializes in the School of Arcana as well as divination magic. So I'm 9. It's going to be a good time.
The book actually gives a last name for her. But hi everybody, I'm Winks. I'm your very spooky DM for tonight. The recap is going to be a little unconventional as it was last week, just on account of the fact that we have so many different characters together that we need to go back and kind of resolve what they've been up to in the past few episodes, and then just get right into it. So the last time we left off, Team Heartbreak had successfully slain the brides of Strahd and succeeded in destroying the heart of Sorrow. However, we need to roll things back quite a ways in order to understand what has happened. I think that the farthest we need to go back is for Stechen. When we last saw him on the channel, he had just fled from a battle with Baba Lysaga and spent the next few hours to a few days being pursued through the swamps and forests by her until he was eventually rescued by Arabelle in a hijacked hut. Twice hijacked, actually. Once from Baba Lysaga herself, and a second time from the Mardikovs. And I believe that hut has since been confiscated by Billy, as she has become the new Baba after being rescued from her goat pen. So Arabelle, you are unfortunately down 1 hut. Also, another thing, Stechen, you got married, right?
Yes. I almost said Rosita, Rosalia, and I have been duly nipped by said were-ravens. And
This is true. I think that we are going. I think that you will have just received the secret rituals to officially induct you into the Martikovs, and basically when the hordes of Ravenloft descended on Vallaki. You are down in a dark cellar, half naked and hungover because this ritual involved a lot of wine. And so you wake up half naked, covered in feathers, and very hungover. And the light shines down on you from them opening up the cellar door, and they're all like, "We've got to go." So you have to, quickly get all of the equipment on and boot scoot boogie on down to Vallaki. God, Speedy, when we last left you, you were overseeing a particular marriage, and then bats came pouring out of Ravenloft, and a voice from the sky said, "Kefris, this is all your fault," or something to that effect.
That's
so
what he feels it said.
what was your immediate reaction? What did you do in the time it took for the Avengers to assemble, as it were?
Basically, he kicked the door to the church open, dragging like a pew or a table with him to like use as cover, and he's just ushering people in, shooting off bolts into the sky at like witches and bats,
Gargoyles. And then later there was a second wave of the ground forces where a bunch of vampires and zombies and even a few rogue werewolves started coming in.
If he spots the werewolves, he's gonna shift.
Damn. All right. That's cool. Oh, Stashin, you need to take 1 level of exhaustion just on account of the procedures that occurred last night. I am going to say that we're going to skip the skill challenge that the other group did last week, and we're just going to do a straight Constitution save to see how y'all's trip to Ravenloft goes.
Can I, for keeps style, cast Lesser Restoration to get rid of said exhaustion?
Sure. If it's just an action, then absolutely.
Okay. Sweet. I will remove the spell.
My 2 divination die for the day.
Okay.
So the first number was a 4, and then second was a 13.
All right. Cool. Good.
And then it was a con check?
Yes, a con save.
Oh, con save. Okay. Haha! I'm glad I switched dice. That one rolled much nicer for me. Very young girl. Modified 20.
Nice. You're good.
18.
You're good.
I had to get out my very special Stetchin dice.
Ooh, spooky.
And con save.
Yes, please.
Okay, I think I made it. I got a 16 plus 2, 18.
18. Excellent. All right, everybody saves. You're good. No adjustments to everyone's exhaustion levels. All right. So, the monsters of Ravenloft descend on Vallaki. You wait around for everybody to assemble as planned. And once everybody arrives, everybody jumps on to Baba Light Saga's creeping hut, or Baba Billy, as we have dubbed her. And the hut just basically wades its way upstream through this stream of monsters. And eventually you make your... also... Davian Mardikov, your new dad, he used one of the gems that had been recovered and broke it and gave his life to buy you all some time, protecting Vallaki with a sudden overgrowth of grapevines in the city. So you make your way to Castle Ravenloft, and Stashin actually, quote unquote, was intended to be on Team Heartbreak, but when Team Heartbreak and Team Daybreak, as planned, made their way through the servants' entrance, there was a collapse of sorts as the hut was beat against the walls of Castle Ravenloft, and their magic walls weren't enough to hold together, so they fell in. So I need everybody to go ahead and make dexterity saves on that. Steshin picked up Arabelle and made a run for it. Irina pushed Kefris out of the way.
19.
Okay.
Natty 1. But
Ooh.
it comes out to be a 5.
All right.
But still. Go, little one. Escape.
Throws her.
Fuck Arabelle through
Oh
the air.
gosh, she just sails.
Catches her.
Okay. What did Arbel get?
Arabelle got an 8.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. So that means mathing time. All right, it's 27 damage for those of you who did not save, and half of that for those of you who did.
Ooh, 27. Wow.
As rocks fall, everyone dies.
That'll hurt.
All right. So when the dust clears, the exit has been blocked, and the door that Steshin was intended to be going through is also blocked, and Kefris is no longer with the group that he is supposed to be.
Bartholomew will, after he's heard Kefris and Irina say their piece, he's just gonna...
Irina's here too. Hold on. All right, she's good. What was half of 27?
13.5, round down.
Okay, thank you, Frendo.
He's just gonna yell, "The plan still stands! Stay alive!" And then turns.
Okay. So you now find yourselves standing at in basically half of a servant's entrance, at the top of some stairs. There don't appear to be any other exits. You kind of are forced down into the cellar.
This isn't really the group that I was expecting, but we'll make it work.
Arabelle looks very hurt, so she's going to cast a... God, is all I have is healing word? Ugh.
I'll hand her a health potion.
Oh, thank God.
Don't blow this slot. It's a lesser.
Mississippi. Okay.
You wouldn't have to happen to have another one of those, would you?
That was one of the ones you had given me. I think that was the last one.
Oh, crap. All right.
She gets 9 back.
Arbel got a healing potion.
Yeah.
Irina will approach Steshin, and she'll say, "I've never tried this before, but now is as good a time as any." And she will cast Cure Wounds on Steshin. So you will get... Ooh, max. Excellent. You will get 10 hit points back.
Nice.
Thank you. I appreciate it very much. And he could do it to himself, but he's like, it's that balance, you know. All we got is magic.
That's true.
And not a counterspell in sight.
Not a counter spell in sight. I can send you guys a picture of the place that you are, if you'd like. So essentially, you are probably going to have to take a moment to sit and decide exactly which direction you're going, because I'm going to say it, the Castle Ravenloft is very confusing. It's not a great place to try and navigate.
Bartholomew is going to close his eyes for a moment and just mutter, "I don't know if this is going to work, but are you in there?" Talking to Sergei.
You get a... Well, give me a wisdom save.
That's gonna hurt. Wisdom 6.
6. Okay. Well, if he's rattling around in there somewhere, you have no idea because you receive no answer.
Fuck. All right. There's probably a way back into the main foyer so that we can get to the fucking tower where this sword is. So, down and out.
That sounds like a plan.
Arabelle is, while Speedy is having his aside, Arabelle's going to be doing a card reading. And then she will look up at Speedy, look over at Irina, and she's going to walk over and take their, like, one hand from each. And she is going to cast Death Ward on both of them.
What do? What?
As you do so, she's going to be like, "Oh, I am already married, so."
No, it's not that. The cards. It's important if you live. Innocent, I know that this might be a little bit much for you. But it's important that you live, and it's important that he lives. And she'll point towards Speedy.
It's very important that all of us live through this little one.
When I looked at the cards, ours can be foggy. We don't have to know what our third card is. That changes, it's malleable, but your third cards, they need you alive. And then she'll pat Speedy on the shoulder. So try not to die. We all know Myrmidon is. And then she's gonna turn around and just walk away.
He's done his best not to, you know. He's very vindictive. We start going. What's up?
This marriage does not work unless he is with me.
What?
Motherfucker.
Oh, so you got the Barovian crossbow wedding where he ditches you the night after, huh?
Same thing goes here. You have to be within so many feet of each other.
It's probably been more than a week for you anyway.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because you would have had to wait for a full moon.
Ah, got it.
Look on the bright side. You have a happy relationship to look forward to.
Well, didn't you hear? Evidently, he's going to die.
My husband? How could you have seen him? He's been dead for 6 years. Sorry, that I hate that that's what we've become now.
Okay. So, oh god, nearly spilled some water there. All is well. So you have a couple of choices. You could either try to make a beeline for the actual tower, because the location of the Sun Sword is on top of the tower where Heartbreak is actually going to be performing their duties. You can either try to like go up and down some stairs to try and find your way up there, or you could try something a little unorthodox, which is to say there is a device that was highlighted on the model that was intended at the time of building to be a teleportation
Circle.
instrument. And one of the destinations of this teleportation was that exact place, the top of the tower. So you could either go down into the basement to try and it's actually a fairly straight shot. It's like down these stairs, through some rooms, and down some more stairs, and then you're there. Or you could try to go up and down like other stairs to try and ascend the towers and get to it like another way.
No sense in wearing ourselves out before the big fight. I say we go for the teleportation device.
And when we get Arabelle, and I will investigate it.
I would appreciate that. I don't know if this.
All right. So we heading.
So you're heading down the stairs.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I sent y'all a map that you can see. The stairs that you need to descend are at K79.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah. Look at this thing. You can see on this map there are several sets of stairs. Like you can see at K18, those stairs are only accessible from like 2 places, and it's at the bottom and at the top. It's ridiculous. The stairs at K83 are in a very similar way. Anyway, you know that there is going to be a secret room in at the end of this floor that you will need to find that staircase in order to go down. That'll be a straight shot to the teleportation device, hopefully. So as you descend these stairs, it's a fair distance. You can see to your left there is actually a big old wine cellar, and it is just chock-a-block full of wines from the Wizard of Wines winery.
Huh. No time for a drink, but noted.
And you get to the bottom of the stairs and look off to the right, and you see a long, dark hallway, and there is some fog. But you also see a small figure just kind of hobbling its way down the hall.
Crossbow, short sword.
Arabelle is going to cast Arcanist's magic aura and make her look like a tiny witch.
That's adorable. Okay. So you do that, and you can see like this figure seems to be carrying a lantern, and it kind of casts a big long shadow in front of it as it does so, and it cuts kind of an imposing figure until it gets closer, and then you can see that it is a short man. He's just kind of weighted down with a bunch of bric-a-brac. He appears to be wearing a pendant with a key at the end of it. And Speedy, you get a sudden jolt when you look at that key, and you get a strange feeling that you're going to need it later. But this man has big old mutton chops. As he is walking, you can hear a thunk, slap, thunk, slap, thunk, slap. And when he gets closer, you can see that he actually just has a webbed duck's foot. And he also has like some floppy ears, and he just kind of has like a silly underbited grin on his face. And is anyone like attempting to hide or anything, or are they just like pointing weapons?
Speedy was pointing weapons, but then he'll drop them and go, "You're a Bellevue, no?"
I am. Hello.
Hello.
I'm Shirish Bellevue.
Well met, Shirish.
No, Shirish.
Cyrus.
Yeah, what he said.
Noted.
Well, this is good.
Are you visitors?
You could say that. I was here at the party. Did I spot him talking with Kefris at the party?
Oh,
at some
almost
point?
certainly. Yeah.
I'm friends with the very tall one who said he was a Bellevue.
Oh, you know Kefrish.
Yes.
Oh, that's very good. Well, any friend of Kefrish is a friend of mine.
We are trying to.
Oh,
Get-
hey.
Yes.
What do you call a fish with no eyes?
A fish.
A fish. Ah, I see you've heard that one.
That That's very funny. I remember that to tell the Vistani children.
Arabelle is so fucking tickled. She's 9. Like, this joke is hilarious.
Oh, okay. Well, did you want me to show you? Oh, sorry. Show you to your room.
We were looking for the stairs to.
Oh, well, there's some stairs right there, and there's some stairs over there, and there's
We
also
need
some
to-
stairs over there.
We need to go to the teleporter.
Oh, okay. Why do you need to go to the teleporter?
To teleport. He says, like almost empirically, like
That makes sense.
you know.
It is the will of Our Lady of the Night.
Okay. I don't know who that is, but all right. So you want to go to the teleporter?
That should be fantastic. If you could show us.
Oh, okay. I suppose you could go down through well, the fastest way is through the Chamberlain's study, but he doesn't like to be interrupted.
Is he there right now?
I'm sure I don't know. He doesn't like to be interrupted, so that would require interrupting him.
Why don't we go take a look, and maybe he won't even notice us.
Okay.
And if he's not there, then we go through.
Bartholomew is going to try to walk past and like try to slip a dagger right next to like the loop where the key is and just with a sleight of hand.
Murder him. Slip that dagger
Just
right
gonna-
into his ribs. Okay, give me a stealth check. Oh, I guess this is sleight of hand, honestly.
Oh, okay, that's cocked. 21.
Oh, fuck. I'm
Not bad.
pretty sure that beats his passive. Let me double check. Just for posterity.
It doesn't.
Hell yeah. That
It's
totally
he.
beats his... Yeah.
He's Ruddick Verminbane in disguise.
Does he have the actor feet?
Actor feet.
God. So yeah, you slip that knife under there and you slide the rope off of his neck, and he doesn't notice as he's telling Arabelle another joke.
What did the fish say when he ran into a wall?
And she's just like holding his sides. Just, what did he say?
Damn.
You said the bad word.
No. It's not a bad word when it doesn't have context.
Oh, context is important.
Yes, it
And
is.
Stetchen says, "Beavers, not hell."
Just like ash isn't a bad word when you're talking about a donkey.
Indeed. See, a very educated individual.
Arabelle just looks like, what's a donkey?
Oh, it's a mule.
She has a little bit of recognition. I imagine that donkeys are very few and far between in Barovia.
Yeah, this guy's like talking with marbles in your mouth. So Speedy, you get a hold of that key.
Slip into a pocket.
And it actually has another pendant on it. Like there's like a necklace, and then there's a pendant right here, and then it goes down, and that says where the key is. And taking a glance at it, you see that the pendant appears to be just a varnished human eye. But it seems to be milked over as though it has cataracts or something. Don't put it in your mouth.
Spit that out.
Pocket.
Well, I can take you to your rooms now if you'd like.
Right, the teleporter through the Chamberlain. We will go to the Chamberlain, see if he's there. Remember the plan?
I was hoping that you'd forgotten about that.
I did not, unfortunately.
Well, he'd be very displeased, I think.
We'll be very quiet when we look and see if he's there. If he's there,
I don't
we will
really
leave him
want
alone.
to mess with the Chamberlain after what I've seen him do. Are these rooms close by the tower?
Oh yeah, it's right upstairs. I say the room is at the top of the north tower.
Is that where we need to go?
Not necessarily. You do know that there are ways to get into the other towers from the first one.
Arabelle says to Cypress, like while she's shuffling cards, she says, I'm pretty skilled at doing readings. If you take us to the Chamberlain, I can read your future.
I'm pretty sure I already know my future.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
And what's that?
I'm going to keep on cooking and tidying up forever.
That is a solid future.
It's very stable.
And Arabelle will reveal the first card of her reading. Like, she basically, like, draws 3, but has them face down. She's just gonna flip up the first 2 and then leave the last one face down. If you take us there, I'll show you which one it is.
Give me a persuasion check.
Not a performance?
Either.
Okay, sweet.
I will accept
skilled at
either.
performance. That's a 7.
Not tempted at all.
Huh. And then she peeks and it just says like guild merchant. She shuffles it back. He was right.
Well, he kind of hobbles over to a doorway, and he says,
Well, it seems that you've got a choice between 2 different things.
These choices are,
What?
and these choices are, what?
You could come up to the room in the tower, or you can with me. Or you could go to the Chamberlain's office.
And what do you know?
and this is Cyrus doing these head shakes and nods.
Right.
Not me. You can literally choose whatever you want.
So what do we know of this Chamberlain, and why do we not want to? Is it worth our time to go around?
The Chamberlain is really mean.
He was responsible for wiping out an entire town.
Who is the Chamberlain?
He is he's the guy that killed your whole village.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Yeah. So if I know that, then I'm gonna once again say, so we should see if he's there. It will save us time and effort. If he is not, we go through.
I very much recommend against that, but you can you if you insist, you can go, but I'm gonna stay here.
Was a
What do you
pleasure.
think, Bar?
If you're so dead set on this, let's go gank us a Chamberlain.
Or do you think you are a good guide? Please.
Don't put this on me.
Wait, what? What are you asking of him?
Vengeance quest,
or safety.
Or safety.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Listen, I don't want to mess with the Chamberlain. But if you were to be called while we were doing our other business here at the castle, it would cause some complications. So let's go see if the Chamberlain is in.
So be it.
Okay.
It was a pleasure for your help, sir.
Well, it was nice meeting you.
Bartholomew kind of smirks a little bit and just goes, "Where does the king keep his armies?"
In his sleeves!
Points, thumbs up, turns and starts walking.
Arabelle's dying. She has not heard this before.
Terrible. Okay. So you go the direction that you know you're supposed to, and on the model, the room that you enter next was supposed to be something of a dining room or an entertaining room, a slightly scaled down version of what is intended for fancier guests. However, when you enter, you find that it seems to have been altered. It has weird yellowy white coloration, just kind of coating everything. And at first it seems like it might be from age, but then you realize that every bit of furniture in this room has just been covered in bones.
Gross.
There's a dining room and some pillars and such, but like just the entire thing is just like actually very ornately plastered and like decorated with bones. It appears to be a variety of different kinds of bones: human, wolf, etc. There is a big old dragon skull actually over the next door.
What the fuck is that?
And can I make a history roll to identify one, what kind of dragon, or two, what that is?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Holy moly, that die's got to go to timeout. Okay. Even with my expertise and my +9, that's a 10.
Ooh. You don't necessarily know the historical significance of this dragon, but it is quite large, which means that it was not young.
Okay. It is a dragon, not a young one. A significant feat to have one skull here.
Was it Speedy and Arabelle who saw Tiamat?
Yes, it was.
Arabelle is just looking at this dragon skull. It's gotta be a fake. Have you seen? We saw those things! Nothing could ever kill that!
I don't recall.
Irina is just kind of standing with her hands behind her back looking at it, and she's like, you know, I hear if you lick a bone, you can tell whether or not it's real.
No, that's only if it's the rock or bone.
Arabelle's doing her best to now climb.
Oh god.
Dutchin will lift her up.
Yes!
And you know, why? Why are you like this?
It's very dusty. It's not fun. It's not a good
I
experience.
licked a bone.
And was it real? And he sets her down and he's smirking to himself because he thinks that's funny.
Yeah,
Was
it's probably fucking real.
You don't know. Oh, she doesn't know whether
I know,
what
that's
to
the
check
best.
for.
No,
That's the
she
best
doesn't.
part.
She has just
Licked
gotten
a
a mouthful
bone.
of dust. To her, it's just like, no, it's fake. Like, she's just saying it now. Like, yep, I am a bone expert.
I hand her a flask of water and sigh. I would honestly have wanted Kefris instead of all of you.
So everyone would want Kefris rather than all of us, but when we meet the vampires, you may change your mind.
All right, I'm in a party with 3 clerics.
Yes, try saying that again when you need healing.
Someone need healing?
I need healing.
Do you proceed?
Yeah, I'll crack the door open, peek outside.
Okay. There is another doorway or another room before you get to the Chamberlain's office. This room is filled with what appears to be corpses. All people wearing armor that has a wolf head for the helmet. Just a bunch of skeletons just kind of scattered about. And they seem to all kind of be radiating from a central point on the floor.
No. Nope. Stetchen, come here.
Yes.
Look at that.
Yeah. It's they're gonna rise up and then we blast them. I mean, what do? We go back with the dog man and we walk the stairs, or we go through. I
have read this in a book. They will all stand up as soon as we've walked past them, and then they will attack us.
I think I've read a different version of that book where they start dancing.
I like your book better. Mm-hmm.
Oh my god!
Something to have
chuckle fucks. Okay.
Something you have to understand. I'm not like other boys. Sorry, Endor.
Okay.
All right. Yes.
Well, if this is a trap, I'm going to take the bait.
Or if we could start dragging them out and see if they stand up.
I think that would take too long. And then Speedy starts wading across the room.
All
right. Are you trying to be stealthy about this, or are you just kind of like jumbling bones everywhere as you go?
He wants to be stealthy for the Chamberlain office, if that's cool.
Okay. All right. Give me a stealth check.
Yes, 13 plus 7 is dirty 20.
Cool. That's very good.
It's close
Proceed.
to midnight. Something's creepy. Yeah. If nothing happens, he'll just keep going, looking around.
Yep. You tiptoe your way, just kind of putting your boots in between various limbs and rib cages and skulls, and you get across the room, and there does appear to be some disturbance between the two doors, as though somebody has frequented this particular walking space. And you get to the other door.
Turns to the rest of the party and shrugs.
All right. Arabelle?
Puts a finger up to his lips with a pleading expression.
Arabelle?
It's time for the Scooby-Doo squad. It's a lot of like high knee creeping.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and cross over.
All right, and yeah, that is probably not the number that RJ's looking for.
Person for this job.
An 11.
Irina says, rolling at disadvantage, and actually rolling pretty well. Irina should have been a rogue, evidently. What did you get?
An 11.
An 11? All right. Irina actually does better than you. How about you, Stashin? Stealth check?
And then as they're crossing, he's like, "Us, dumb cuff," and he does a little sign in the air to give himself guidance, and then he sneaks across the room.
All right. Let's see it.
You're a monster.
Dude, I totally forgot I had this stupid thing because my other German character is a mad scientist. All right. This dice has rolled 2 1s already tonight. There's no way it's gonna roll a third. There we go. So 17 plus 8 is a lot.
Cool. That is... Whoa! How did you get so... What?
knowledge cleric, man.
Irina like very carefully like makes her way across the room, and then she turns around and Stashin is right behind her, and she's just like, all right, who's opening the door?
Bartholomew creaks it open and peeks inside.
All right.
Unless there's a keyhole, then you look
Is there
inside.
is there a keyhole big enough to?
Yes, and you look through it. You peek in through the keyhole, and you can see that there is flickering candlelight from inside, and what appears to be a desk. It looks like this room is fairly dark. In fact, all these rooms are fairly dark because it is night, or as much night as Strahd wants it to be. And yeah, so peeking through the keyhole, and you see, actually, compared to this room, a very well kept, put together study with a desk with maybe a paper on it, and a quill, and a chair, and some bookshelves.
But no Chamberlain.
You don't see anybody in there.
He waves a hand. But be careful. And he opens the door slowly,
Okay.
looking up.
You check
got-
the ceiling.
You have literally ruined me on these.
It's amazing. Oh yeah. Okay, give me a perception check. In fact, everybody give me a perception check.
Try
On
that
account of the
screen.
fact that you're all being like, you're all on high alert.
Natural 20.
19.
Wonderful.
16.
16. All right. So you, as you're opening the door slowly, you actually hear echoing down the halls from behind you the sound of marching, and it sounds like multiple feet heading in your direction.
Bartholomew will motion people in and then just quietly as he can close the door behind them.
Mm-hmm.
He'll actually drop down to the keyhole and like search for the secret room. And he'll just keep a watch down the hallway.
Okay.
And so yeah, we'll investigate.
So everybody else like immediately starts looking around trying to find a secret room. Go ahead and give me
Guidance.
perception or investigation checks.
I used a different dice and got another bomb, 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 bomb.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yay.
almost as though she received some sort of guidance from a higher being, as though she could see the future. Arabelle is drawn immediately to the back corner and pulls on a book off of the bookshelf, and you can see that there's a little string attached to a hole in the wall, and you hear the cogs whirling and tumbling, and there's as the bookshelf kind of pops out and then slides off to the side, you can see a staircase leading downwards. Meanwhile, Bartholomew, you can see that there are 4 figures walking towards you, and very similar to the way that Cyrus had his shadow follow in front of him and made him look much bigger and scarier than he was before. You can see those shadows moving in front of them, but also kind of twitching and just sort of waving about, almost as though they're banners. And you can see that there are 4 figures in armor, that same wolf-headed armor, and you can see that they have glowing red eyes peeking out from underneath, and they are just heading straight for the door.
He's going to fuck it. He's going to stand, hop across the desk, grab the chair. Was this a push or pull door?
I'm thinking about the way that like you're supposed to build buildings, but this is Castle Ravenloft, so yeah, it's a pull door.
From our
From this
side or their side? Oh,
From
okay,
this side.
cool. I'm going to shove the chair underneath the door handle.
Which is the way you're not supposed to make buildings. It's supposed to be a push door on the way to the exit, so that you don't get stuck inside. That's
Yeah.
not up to fire code, Strahd.
It is if there's a teleporter downstairs, because that's the quickest way to escape.
Oh, there you go. Okay, all right. Proceed.
But it's a device, so you're not supposed to use devices in
It's
on
fine.
emergency. You're not supposed to use devices in the.
All right,
Go.
you put the chair up against the door, and everybody heads for the secret entrance.
Is there a way to close it from this side?
Yeah, sure. I'll say there is. You can see that there is a like a chain on the other side, and you pull it, and you hear those tumbling cogs and gears again. It goes.
Great. Let's hurry. There's some people out there that don't look friendly at all.
That's okay. And start at least, if not investigating, at least perceiving the stairs to make sure there's
Steven,
no trap.
If you thought GB was a monster, I cast Pass Without a Trace.
That's fine.
I forgot I had it. It's been a long time.
You guys are amazing. Okay, you cast Pass Without a Trace while you're heading down these stairs. Station, you wanted to look at the stairs themselves, like
Yeah.
particularly. Okay.
Just to make sure that we're not gonna step on one and
Sure. Sure.
All right, wait,
Uh,
stairs up or down?
We're going down.
Down. I
Down,
thought
down,
so.
down.
I thought so. Okay.
Down,
Into the
down.
basement.
At least it's not Goblin Town. That place stinks. Okay. Passive. Hate to spam the guidance, but the perception. Oh,
It's there to be used.
natty 20.
Natty 20. Holy butts. All right, so you're heading down the stairs. And I'm gonna say Station's probably in the front to like putting his arms out, and like investigating each step as they're heading down. Like, we are not gonna get Scooby-Doo today. And as you're heading down, you come to a landing that hooks off to the left before continuing downwards. But you notice very subtly carved into the landing itself is a little arcane sigil.
Cause that can't be good. Note the glyph there. And is there a way to step like it's a landing? Can we step around the corner of it to not go over the glyph?
Does the glyph look arcane in nature? Can I
Yes.
do an arcana check to see if it's radiating magic at all?
Go for it.
Okay. I mean, that was pretty terrible, but
I see.
that was a total of modified 10.
It's not terrible. You know enough that it's kind of a proximity based thing, that unless it is disarmed, it will go off even if you kind of like cheese it and try to go around the corner.
I will cast Dispel Magic at 3rd level.
That will work too.
Does Dispel Magic let you know what it would have done?
Nope.
Cool.
You just step on it, a banner appears, says congratulations, and confetti starts raining down with a
That was the teleporter!
Knights in the Courtyard.
fuck.
I'll let you know what that was later. So the spell magic, and you can feel the barrier that you would have crossed disappear.
Lovely.
Arabelle confidently just brushes her hands clean.
Bartholomew ruffles her hair.
I was gonna say, that was beautiful, little one, and he gives her a pat on the shoulder.
We should get going.
Yes. And all right.
All right. Can I have a marching order?
Speedy in the front.
Okay. Irene will be right behind you.
And then I guess Arabelle and Stetchen We're not gonna let her get snatched from behind.
No, that would be terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want that to happen.
Oh no.
All right, so you make your way down the stairs. They go for quite a distance. This basement seems to be cut directly into the mountain that this castle sits on. And as you get farther and farther down, you can hear the sound of water just dripping and echoing, as though there's a big open space down here. Until finally you get to a place that I need to look up because this place is huge.
Great.
Okay. You make your way to the brazier room. No. This room is 30 feet square, rising to a 20-foot tall flat ceiling. A stone brazier burns fiercely in the center of the room, but its tall white flame produces no heat. The rim of the brazier is carved with 7 cup-shaped indentations spaced evenly around the circumference. Within each indentation is a spherical stone, twice the diameter of a human eyeball, and made of a colored crystal. No 2 stones are the same color. Overhead, a wood-framed hourglass as tall and wide as a dwarf hangs 10 feet above the brazier, suspended from the ceiling by thick iron chains. All the sand is stuck in the upper portion of the hourglass, seemingly unable to run down into the bottom. Written in glowing script on the base of the hourglass is a verse in common. 2 9-foot-tall iron statues of knights on horseback, poised to charge with swords drawn, stand in deep alcoves facing each other. The brazier sits between them.
Great. What does this brazier say, or the whatever the script says? Can we see it from here, or do we have to walk up?
You'd have to walk up to it.
The Scheiße.
I am going to cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
I'll ritual cast it.
Cool.
And this time, perception check for baddies and traps.
All right.
Yeah.
As a rogue
Guidance.
would do. +4? Where are my calculators?
So y'all are sitting up on a tall flight of stairs as everybody kind of like takes a moment to get their bearings. Arabelle is casting Detect Magic, and our ranger is looking for traps. What did you get?
23.
23? Oh, that's very good. No traps that you can see here.
Baddies?
Well, you listen with your lycanthrope ears, and you can hear footsteps moving around up in the Chamberlain's office. Likewise, you can hear things every now and then. There's like a splash or a shifting, as though like something is moving through a lot of water. But nothing in the immediate area seems to be threatening you.
We should be safe down here for the time being, though those figures are inside the Chamberlain's office, so I'm concerned about that.
What does it look like when Arabelle casts Detect Magic?
So she basically does a card reading for herself. But the last card that is revealed is the Diviner. And when the Diviner is revealed, it flashes this like very nice bluish energy, I would say, because she gets her Detect Magic skill from being a cleric. It's not actually like a wizard ability at all. And so then it is just her eyes kind of also flash that same blue color, and then she's just going to continue shuffling while she looks around at the room because she can now see if things are magic or not.
Okay. That teleporter is definitely a teleporter. That brazier, 100%. Like, that thing's got so much magic in it. It is just chock-a-block full of it. Like, in fact, you can see the sand up in the top of the hourglass. Like, all that sand just lights up. Also, looking side to side, you can see that those knights on horses also light up with magic.
Huh.
What's up, pup?
And she'll point at all of the different magical things. Because with detect magic, she knows what
Kind of magic it is.
Yeah.
What would you say teleportation magic is? Because that's what the brazier is.
It's evocation.
Yeah.
right?
Evocation. All right. What would you say? I'm just gonna give it all away. What would you say bring something to life kind of magic is?
Enchantment.
That's what's on the statues.
Enchantment. Cool. Arbel will go up to the statue and start casting Identify.
Okay. Have a go.
All right, I'm not going to ritual cast that one. I'll spend a slot. And then you must touch the object throughout the casting of the spell, and you learn its properties / how to use them, and whether it requires attunement to use, how many charges it has, if any.
Okay. You are able to discern that this is a guardian, and it will defend the brazier if any harm comes to it or itself.
Okay. Cool. And
Also, you can also tell that this thing is pretty darn tough.
I will let my party members know that it's not going to fuck with us unless we fuck with it first.
Great. So if anything, if those fuckos upstairs, if those baddies upstairs have ranged munitions, stand in front of the brazier and duck.
Narabel nods.
At that, you feel a strange tremor kind of move through the castle.
The heck?
What was that?
About 6 seconds later, you feel another tremor go through the castle.
Can't hear you, Jagger.
About 6 seconds later, you will feel another tremor go through the castle. And
Is this
Go ahead.
is the sand moving?
No.
Okay.
So, in roughly 6-second intervals for the next hot minute, you will feel that tremor go through the castle.
Arabels, do you have any magic that will tell you how to use teleporter?
Well, now that you're standing next to it, you can see the verse that is written upon it. And I will read it to you, and I will also give it to you for those of us who are a little more visual over than audio. It says, "Cast a stone into the fire. Violet leads to mountain spire. Orange to the castle's peak. Red if lore is what you seek. Green to where the coffins hide. Indigo to the master's bride. Blue to ancient magic's womb. Yellow to the master's tomb."
Descriptive.
We want to go to the peak, right? The tower.
I don't know which peak they're talking about, but we can always navigate our way down and to wherever we need to go.
We would want the orange one then.
So, what? Do I pry it out? Do I touch it?
Arbel shrugs.
It said you have to.
A little crystal gem sitting in a divot around the brazier.
And it literally said, "Throw it in."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
So Arbel, grab it, mage hand it up, and just drop it in.
Okay. You do so. And suddenly, I'll say kind of, it's not very dramatic at first. The fire turns softly to orange, and then it starts to grow. And then very suddenly it just turns into a gout of flame. And you can see that the hourglass begins to pour sand down into the bottom. And looking around, you can see that there are orange flames beginning to lick up your feet and up your legs. And you have about like a couple of seconds to say something to each other before you are completely engulfed in flames.
Everybody gets out alive.
Maybe hold hands. Yes. No.
Arabelle quickly holds hands.
All right.
Holds hands.
So whoever's next to him.
And then as everybody takes the hand of the person next to them, the flames completely engulf your bodies. And that is where we will go on break.
Yes, I'm excited. I can't wait for us to come back, but we are going to try and be back in 5 to 10 minutes, so don't go no place unless it is to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or possibly go to bit.ly/merchindoor and then purvey our simple, humble wares. Again, we are going to try and be back relatively shortly, so don't go no place. All right, everybody. Bye-bye! And we're back! Hello, everybody. We did it. We have returned. We are being teleported and sent through the flames somewhere. God, I hope it's the tower and we didn't just go to fucking, like, the Amber Temple or something.
Fuck.
Send me back, send me back, send me back, send me
That
back.
sure would suck, wouldn't it?
Center. We need to teleport the circle back to Castle Ravenloft.
Yeah, no, they don't have those. Unfortunately. Nights in the Courtyard. We'll talk about it. All right. So you are all kind of surrounded by a sparkling neon orange flame, and that's about all you can see. There's no heat to it. It just kind of lightly tickles your skin until suddenly, boom, you are in a dark room, and you kind of have to blink and wait for your eyes to adjust. But sure enough, everybody who was holding hands with somebody else still is holding that hand, and it seems that everybody made it just fine. And as you blink and get your bearings, you look around and you find that you're in a dark, dreary room with manacles attached to the walls. In the middle of the room is a wood-framed bed fitted with leather restraints. At the foot of the bed rests a closed iron chest, and its lid is sculpted with an emblem. There's a wooden ladder that leads up to a trapdoor in the ceiling. Thin streams of water drip through the trapdoor's rotting wood, forming a puddle around the base of the ladder. You can also hear the sound of wind just kind of whistling overhead, and you get that strange kind of lilting feeling that you do when you're at the top of something very tall, as the walls of the tower flex slightly against the wind.
It can't be this easy, can it?
Probably not.
They never
Speedy-
specify. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Looking around this room, something feels off. It's as though something inside you recognizes something, and it's just there's a tight feeling. You're very uncomfortable.
Listen, if you have to say something, I will let you out. Talking to Sergei.
Mm-hmm. Where are you talking to?
He points down at like his chest area.
Oh. Is he trying to say something to you?
I feel very uncomfortable right now, and it's not for the fact that we're about to try and kill Strahd.
All right.
This room makes me uneasy.
All right. She kind of snaps her fingers a little bit and points at Stashin. She's like, that thing that you did earlier, can you do it for him now? Guide him.
Hey, ominous.
Domine. Requiem.
Rezu Domine. Domine Requiem.
I hate all of you.
I keep this around just for that joke. I'm not kidding. That's what this is for, because it makes that wonderful thwack noise.
Oh,
It's the Chuckle Fuck Squad.
Oh, yeah. You
Did I say this was Team Daybreak? No, it turns out it's Team Chucklefuck.
Fuck. You put it together. So.
I know.
Thank you,
I've made a
Stetchen.
lot of mistakes. All right.
18.
18.
Yes.
Okay, that's very good. You gain an internal moment of peace where for a moment you are Sergey, and looking around the room, you remember watching over your mother after your death, as this is the room where she was kept.
Why did it have to be in this room? And you could see that nothing much has changed in Bartholomew, but his eyes have gone from this brown to an icy blue. Forgot to mention that earlier.
It's very cool.
And we've never seen this. Neither I or Arabelle, right?
No, I don't think so, no.
So this is some kind of possession, he says to Irina.
Arabelle does a quick reading.
Yeah. Something like that. Don't worry, he's good. Yeah?
Objectively good or subjectively good?
Horseman.
Pardon?
Arabelle just looks up at you from her cards. Horseman. You were druid before, you're horseman right now.
Okay.
Just nod and give us the information you would you have.
Sorry, this is the room where my mother was kept after I died.
Oh,
Is it different from when I was dead, or this is like exactly what it looked like?
I mean, it has aged significantly. For instance, the manacles on the wall, if you went up to them right now and gave them a good yank, they'd come right off. But they saw a lot of use back when your mother used to live here. Strahd spared her in the initial attack, and then just kind of kept her up here until she starved to death, feeling that it was a appropriate punishment to withhold food and care from her, just as she withheld love and affection from her when she was a child.
He will walk up to the iron chest.
Mm-hmm. Looking down, you can see your family emblem there.
Quickly glance at it to see if I can see any more of those glyphs or arcane symbols.
Sure, have a go.
If he's heading for it, I won't do the guidance. But if I have time, I'll snap out a guidance beforehand. 12, 13, 14, 15.
All right. You don't see any magic glyphs.
Okay.
It can't be this easy.
You also remember why you got Speedy to get that key earlier.
Right. He fishes the key out of a pocket and then pushes it into where the lock is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, knowing my sister, get ready for anything fucky. Sorry, little one. Click.
It's a very smooth click, and it just pops open, and you can see inside is a bejeweled gold crown sitting on a pillow.
Shuts it. That's not the sun sword.
You do have a fairly strong feeling that that's where it was supposed to be.
So what was in there?
It was a crown.
It's a sun crown? Is that a thing?
No, it was moved.
Who's the crown for?
Would I know? Is it a big crown or a small tiara?
It's a big one.
Why don't you put it on?
Rather not. I denied the crown a while back, and I don't think wearing one now would make any difference.
Arabelle shrugs.
He'll pop it back open, stare down at it.
I'll try to history check it. Is that a thing? Oh, nice. Math. Sorry, 18 and 3, 21. Oh, can't hit. Oh, there.
I'm sorry. What information are you looking for?
History on the crown.
Yeah, but like specifically.
Oh, whose it is or when it's from. Like,
Oh, this is certainly the ceremonial crown of King Barov that would have been used in a coronation ceremony.
it is the coronation crown of King Barov.
Yep. Yes, it is.
So not the sun sword.
Little one, you know how to check for magics, right?
Arabelle nods, and she'll do the very proud child thing of just step aside. I've got this. Identify.
Okay.
Brings out a little pearl and just starts looking at this crown.
All right. As you do so, you've cast this a couple of times. Well, I say a couple of times before. You probably cast this like a whole bunch of times before.
It's a ritual, so.
Yeah, you're like, this is something that you're very familiar with. So like it's fairly mundane. You can like you cast it and then you know what the thing does. When you do this on the crown, this is an entirely different experience. I'm going to invoke Marvel here, and say it's very much like the Doctor Strange sequence where he just kind of goes out of body and just like like experiences like a crazy trip and like goes into like a whole bunch of different dimensions and like experiences the world in the micro and macro sense.
It's the shooting star meme, but with Arabelle.
Yeah. She just goes flying. What you experience feels like hours, but for everybody else will be like the span of a few seconds where you're just kind of staring at it, gobsmacked. You become aware of the fact that you are related to King Barov. It's something that you already knew, but like you now know this to the core of your being, that you are related to Strahd. And you also know that Sergei wasn't actually the son of King Barov. That King Barov had a multitude of bastards that Queen Ravenova tolerated. And then she finally had a bastard of her own, and her ultimate vengeance managed to make him the heir to the throne.
Is this a Stephen or Arabelle moment?
Well, Arabelle's just like just fucking like chicken in the rain looking up, like mouth is open. She's just fucking staring into the void. And when she comes back, just Mother Night. And she looks up at Speedy Sergei. You're my uncle.
You're my niece?
Right? Or is Arabelle also a child of King Barov? Because the age thing didn't work out.
Arabelle is... Okay. Your grandmother is Madame Ava. Madame Ava is a direct child of King Barov.
Oh. So great uncle.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing is that Sergei has no blood relation to Berov at all. And since Madame Ava was a bastard child, she has no blood relation to
Sergei.
Queen Ravenova.
Yeah.
So the two of you are related only by like
The thinnest
many,
of marriage.
yeah, like it's not blood relation at all. It's all marriage, kind of.
Arabelle will take the crown.
Yoink.
Just pick it up. Like, it's one of those things where, like, she just had a Doctor Strange ordeal with it. It's one of those, like, it's dangerous, so I must cradle it to myself.
I see. So, as you do that, Irina is going to kneel down beside you and pick up the pillow and like look in the chest, and then look at the underside of the pillow, and then like look in the lid of the chest and lift the chest, and then like start looking under the bed. And she's like, "It's supposed to be here, isn't it?"
It was supposed to be.
Try to look for a false bottom in the chest also.
Yeah.
Didn't you say that there was an like stairs leading to an attic?
There is a ladder leading to a trapdoor in the ceiling, and there are stairs leading down.
Also squish the pillow to make sure that it's not in the pillow.
Yeah. So you and Irina are both like giving the whole place like a real good like escape room, like
Exactly.
home.
Pat down.
Yeah.
It's in the mattress. It's under the bed.
There are numbers written under here. What do they mean?
Nope.
Go to section 2. What does that mean?
What the hell is K60 mean?
It's all in Swedish.
Exactly.
Yeah, Arabelle's just standing at the base of the trapdoor, just looking up at it while holding onto the crown.
What's wrong, little one?
Sun Sword's supposed to be in the tallest point of the tower.
So you figure we have to go up?
She nods.
Is the ladder wooden?
Yes.
Okay. I just, with water and a puddle and everything, I didn't want to make sure. I wanted to make sure that it wasn't like an iron ladder connected to the lightning rod on the top of the keep.
Despicable.
Sorry, I've been playing for a long time. That's the kind of thing you.
Hold on, that's
you
it.
get.
All right,
That's
Four
a nice
Keeps, look
idea.
out for this in the
Glad I
next
thought of
year.
Fuck me. Thanks, Ruby.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Snap peas. My game's about to end. Fuck.
I'm playing Dungeon Crawl Classics on Friday. I'm back in old school mode, you know.
Oh god.
All right, yeah. If it's wooden, then I guess climb the ladder.
All right. Stefan goes first.
Yep. And then tentatively try the trapdoor.
Unlocked.
Creep it open and then look.
You peek
Eh.
around.
Looking for feet.
Looking for feet. Well, give me a perception check.
All right. I will guide myself. Oh yeah, 22 without a bonus. Yeah, 25.
Cool. You don't see anything.
All right. And then pop my head up. I guess climb
Look
out.
around.
Yeah.
You can see that you are at the top of the tower. There are like those classic what's it called? At the top of a castle. You put it on your
Merlins?
sandcastle.
The crenellations.
Yeah.
Sure.
Meticulations, Merlins.
A very smart sounding art building word. Oh god. My vocabulary has suffered so much since high school. It's the gaps where you can like shoot arrows out of.
Arrow slits?
Yes. No, not necessarily. Arrow slits are from like within a building. God.
Little square teeth crenellations?
Yeah,
it's crenellation.
That's
Okay.
what you said.
It's
like,
either
It's
a
what I-
battlement
It's
or
not that.
crenellation.
Okay, I'll use Steven's very smart word. It's the crenellation.
It's all right. We're Team Chucklefuck.
God. Throw some shade a little harder. Okay. So yes, there are crenellations. You look around. They are high enough that like you can't easily like fall off of it's got basically safety rails. And looking around, you can see that sure enough, you are at the top of the tallest tower. And above there are just these red and black swirling clouds. There is lightning and rain and bats flying around and lots of wind. Is everybody else following you up there, or are you just up there alone?
Speed would have. Sergey would have followed up there.
Okay. Sergey, as you are climbing the ladder, you are nearing the exact spot that Strahd threw you from the tallest tower to your death. And that is weighing pretty heavily on you right now.
He will walk up next to Stetchen and stare at the spot. Ever feel really uncomfortable about a place?
Yes, there's a lot of places, a lot of times. Was this one significant?
He walks over to the spot and looks down. I fought her once, Strahd. She threw me from about, takes a step to the left, finger in the air, right here.
Oh, I'm sorry that you must relive this.
I don't like the way you said that. Such a Strahd.
He pushes him. Irina walks up next to you, and she's just kind of looking down as well. That must have been terrible.
I mean, she stabbed me first, so I kind of bled out on the way down. Didn't even feel the crunch.
If you were trying to comfort us, that was not very comforting.
I'm really bad at this comforting
You were
thing.
very bad at this.
Bartholomew's also equally bad.
Arabelle, give me either an athletics or an acrobatics check.
Oh God,
Oh,
I
no.
didn't think that I went up to the top. I had just written at the stairs, but that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, if you're still downstairs, that's fine.
Yeah.
Just do it anyway.
Okay. Athletics or acrobatics?
Yeah.
Same number of 18.
Oh, geez. Okay.
I'm a nimbly bimbly child.
All right. You feel a rough hand come around your mouth and pick you up.
Motherfucker. I am going to bite the hand.
Mm-hmm. Okay. He kind of lets go, and he shakes that hand, but he's got a firm grip on you, just kind of around the waist. But you are able to scream at this point.
Ah! Just bloody murder. You've heard children scream. This is a child scream.
Sergey turns and runs towards the trapdoor. He's not going to climb down, but he's going to, like, baseball slide, so he whoops and drops.
Mm-hmm. You see a figure step away from the light coming in through the trapdoor, just kind of spotlighting on the ground. And you look up and you see a tall, imposing figure. It is heart clenching for a moment because it is the spitting image of Strahd for just a split second. But then you recognize that this is a masculine figure. This is an elven figure. And Rahadin is standing in front of you, holding onto Arabelle, who is squirming in his arms, and he is pointing a scimitar at her throat.
I'm going to cast blindness on him if I can.
If you choose, this can be enough to shock you out of it and bring Speedy back. I'm going to
Sure.
leave it up to you.
Sure.
Okay. And he begins. Where's Stashin? Is he still upstairs?
No. When Arabelle screams, that's just if I'm sure Speedy's speedier than I am, so I'm gonna default to I didn't turn in time to woof past him. But if he's not out of the way, I will be landing on him.
Okay.
He would have made a step forward.
He is stepping backwards away from the trapdoor.
Right.
And he is coolly pointing a scimitar at Arabelle's throat, and he says to now Speedy, I'm going to recommend you put your weapons down.
There is the clank of a short sword and the clank of a hand crossbow.
Okay. Above in the trapdoor, you can see the silhouettes of Irina and Stashin, and he nods to them and says, and you as well, please.
Stetchen didn't have any weapons drawn. And he says, drop your weapons, and he puts his hands up like this, and he's going to, I forget what it's called, give me 1 second, one of my channel divinities. I'm gonna try to get in his head. Where is it? Read thoughts. As an action, I can use channel divinity to choose one creature that I can see within 60 feet. That creature must make a wisdom saving throw. On a success, you can't use this feature on it again until you finish a long rest. On a failure, you can read its surface thoughts while within 60 feet for 1 minute. During that time, you can cast suggestion as an action on the target without expending a spell slot. So,
Okay.
That's what I did. I put my hands up and I focus in on him and try to read his thoughts. Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. I have a question. Is this a charm effect?
Of course, it's not going to say that. It is. It's a divinity.
All right.
I imagine
Well, it would be
suggestion is, but the read thoughts probably isn't.
Okay.
The read thought thing is like detect thought. So.
All right. So wisdom saving throw for the read thoughts.
Yes, and then we can go to the suggestion.
Okay. That's a 6. So
Okay.
You're in.
I'm in his head. What's his yeah, you can see within. Let's say you can read its thoughts. It's read its surface thoughts while within 60 feet of it for up to a minute. And then I guess we go to the suggestion spell.
School enchantment, but if a creature can't be charmed, they're immune.
All right. He just has advantage against charm effects. But this this is just kind of like a rider on that.
Yeah. It's so I have to wait 6 seconds, and then during my action again, I can then cast it bending a slot.
Okay.
Because I'm already inside
during
his
those
head.
6 seconds, I believe that Arabelle was going to do something as well.
Yeah, I'm casting blindness on this guy. He needs to make a DC 15 Constitution save.
Okay. God, this guy is rolling like a bitch. All right, 9.
He's blind.
All right. He kind of blinks for a moment.
I would like to imagine Arabelle's just like flailing around and a card falls from her Taroka deck and it looks like it's the seer, but then the seer falls face down onto the ground.
Oh, that's smart. And he will say as much, but he gives you like a threatening squeeze and the blade comes to your throat just a little bit, and you can feel a trickle of blood.
That's fine with me. So attack rolls against him have advantage, and attack rolls that the creature makes have disadvantage.
Cool. Can I deck him in the face to make him let go of Arabelle?
All right, go for it.
Shit, fam. Sorry. +4, dirty 20.
Yeah, that totally hits.
Could I wanna. Speedy runs up and he yanks the crown out of Arabelle's hand and uses it as like an improv weapon, like boom, frying pan him.
God, that's great. I love that. Yes, absolutely. I'm going to call that the action in a surprise round. So let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Gone forever.
Natty 20.
Natty 20.
Damn, you guys.
High five.
I got a 10!
Natty 10. Woo!
Woo!
F5. The 2.
And a half. I got it.
Rahadin also rolled a natural 20.
Jesus Christ.
And his dex is insane.
Kind of so wish I was a Gloomstalker.
Yeah, mine's 2 +4, so
+3.
+7.
+6.
+6, of course.
Of course.
Of course.
All right. So you clock him in the face, and he drops Arabelle, who falls prone at his feet. And it is his turn. He is going to do a perception check at disadvantage to try and find out where Arabelle is. Can you give me a stealth check?
Is he smelling me? Because blinded as a condition means that he fails any ability check that requires sight.
To see. Okay, well, in that case.
Where's the girl?
Right here. He is knocked back a couple of steps, and he kind of like rubs his forehead a little bit, and he looks up. You can see that his eyes are completely milked over from the blindness, and he is listening intently to try and find out where you are. Give me a stealth check.
Like a 9. I didn't stealth it.
All right, that's not super great. And whilst he's doing that, all four of you can hear kind of a ringing in your ears that gradually gets louder and louder until you realize that you can just hear a ton of people screaming. Just throat-rending wails of torture and fear. And I need everybody to make a wisdom saving throw.
12.
Modified 20.
14.
Got less than a 16, and that includes Irina is going to take full damage here. Everybody else will take half. Give me eine Minuten bitte. 13 psychic damage.
Oof.
As Rahidin's deathly choir screams out. Stashin, Rahidin is a frightful being to you, as he too has people attached to him. And instead of being a village where he grew up, it is every person he has ever killed.
Okay.
And they
So
are all constantly in pain.
all right. Okay. Is it my initiative?
It is. Oh, hold on. Sorry, that was his bonus action, and he is going to attempt to grab Arabelle again. Can you give me a acrobatics or athletics check? He'll do this at disadvantage, I suppose. If you're
Yeah.
blinded, do you get disadvantage on attack rolls?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a 19.
19. All right. You dart out of his grasp as he swipes at you.
Okay. And then
and that-
at the end of his turn, he's able to repeat his save for being blinded, but my divination rolls, he gets a 4.
Oh, okay. All right. He continues to be blinded. Speedy, it is
Punk.
now your turn. Muted.
Yeah, Speedy's going to roll away to grab his hand crossbow. Would that it provokes, I guess, because I would have had to be in like right up to him to punch him.
Yeah. Disadvantage. But I don't know. It does not.
Okay. He pops up to one knee and starts a flurry up. So first attack with sharpshooter is a dirty 20.
Okay.
So 3, 6, 9, 19 on the first for damage.
Holy fuck.
Second attack, bonus action is going to be a regular shot. 18?
To hit?
Yeah.
Exactly.
5, 6, 7, 8, 10 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And then third attack, I'm going to try to sharpshooter this bitch again. It's plus natural 20.
Damn.
Feel the heat, feel the thunder. Banana nana. 5, 9, 12. Oh shit. I can math 14. 24 points of piercing damage.
Holy fuck.
Sharpshooter.
That's a lot. Ow.
That's what
Okay, anything else for you, buddy?
as a free action, he's going to whistle at Rahadin to get his attention over to him.
Okay. Station, it's your turn.
Being in his head, I will suggest that he is our friend and helps us defeat Strahd.
It's an interesting suggestion. How long would this last?
8 hours.
All right. Okay. Interesting. This might be a short episode.
Wisdom save 15.
Oh, okay. And this is a charming effect, yes?
It's an enchantment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Creatures that can't be charmed are immune.
All right. Then I definitely think that his Fey ancestry would... If I let Kefris have advantage on a check as a half-elf that isn't a half-elf, then... Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was so...
Did you roll 2 ones?
Oh, no. I rolled a 1 and a 20.
Oh!
Oh, that's amazing. While you're in his head, you can hear him, his surface thoughts, saying that he's about to draw the sun sword.
Oh, nice. Okay. And then I feel him shrug off my suggestion So I say, "Oh, son of a! He's going to draw. He has the sun sword. Get him!" And
He has the what?
that's what I say. I say it just like
Yeah,
that.
and that's what Irina says.
All right, and I say, "Get him!" And then I guess I'll interact and draw my my moon blade.
Okay. As you do that, behind you, there is a flash of lightning. And when the brightness of the light goes away, there is suddenly a silhouette hulking behind you as this demonic presence appears. And I say demonic in description, not necessarily in. It's
Being.
yeah. And some claws are gonna rake across your back. Yeah. A 23 probably hits.
Yeah.
Okay.
That don't
Jeez.
sound good.
You did have advantage on this. Okay. That's gonna be 13 psychic damage.
Psychic? Ugh. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And you turn around and you see what appears to be a muscular creature. And oh, I guess when I said a demonic figure, I did mean a demonic figure.
Okay.
It has horns and the webbed wings, and it's the lower half of its body just kind of trails away into wisps of smoke. And you blink, and suddenly it's gone as it melts away into the shadows and hides as a bonus action.
Do I know Rahadin is he undead?
No,
He is not.
he is not.
He is a being of flesh. He's a twisted fae or an elf or
At least he was back when you last saw him.
okay.
Elves are very long-lived,
Right,
and you
right.
have no reason to believe that anything has changed. However, Arabelle, you do know that he is one of Barov's many bastards. Hello, brother!
Ain't that some shit?
Anybody up for a little fratricide?
Is it Arabelle's turn?
Yeah, no, it's Irina's turn. Sorry, you're at the bottom of the round.
That's okay. I was curious.
Irina's going to leap down and attempt to attack fucking Rahadin because he's a big scary boy. And she just found out that he has the sun sword. So she comes at him with her long sword and short sword. And she
Has advantage.
Oh, I should have been rolling those at advantage.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's blind.
Fuck.
I thought you were. 19 will hit. A 21 will hit. And a 10 will not hit. So I'm going to go ahead and roll damage for her long swords. Would be nice if I hit the correct dice. Okay. 11... 17 damage total. As she attacks a blinded man. Arabelle, it is your turn.
Sweet. So Arabelle is going to stand up and look at her deck of cards, and she is going to close her eyes, grab one from the middle, and pull it. And it will be the swashbuckler. And she's going to nod, and then that card is going to start glowing and sort of levitates up. And the outline of the card begins to glow, and you see a humanoid form come from the swashbuckler card, and she does. This is the second time that this has happened. She doesn't know why, but it is Vic, who is going to be her 5th level spirit guardian.
Nice.
Guardian of Faith or Spirit Guardians?
Spirit guardians. She
Okay.
just has one very swift boy as a spirit
Got it.
guardians.
All right.
And so she has these spirit guardians around her now, / spirit guardian of just a very confused high elf as to why he's
And
here.
How tall was the ladder to the
How
next
tall is it?
floor?
Ooh.
Yeah. Was it a
I
10-foot
could-
ceiling?
I could probably look it up, but I'm not going to. Yes, I am. It's 9 feet. It's 9 feet high.
Excellent. Because your spirit guardians are protecting us on the roof. Too.
Yes. No, so like Arabelle has like found an area where she can
Who
be
is us?
us being her teammates.
Only you.
Yes.
I'm the only one on the ceiling. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Upside
So yeah, I've basically specified all of Team Daybreak as like, don't attack these people. Vic
Forever?
should know.
How does that? What is the mechanical effect of that now? I'm sorry.
So, when you cast the spell, you designate any number of creatures you can see to be unaffected by it. An affected creature is speed is halved in the area, and when that creature enters that area for the first time on its turn or starts its turn there, it must make a Wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, that creature takes at this point 5d8 radiant damage.
I see.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's it for Arabelle's turn. So she has
Alright.
Spirit Guardian.
Cool. Anything else? That you just said that's the end of your turn. Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. On Rahadin's turn, he's going to use his bonus action to
Yes, to make a
invoke
save.
his Deathly Choir. As he does, yeah, everybody give me a Wisdom save. As he does so, he kind of cocks his head, and kind of incline or kind of almost looks at Vic without really seeing him with his blind eyes, and he says, one got away.
When he starts his turn, the Spirit Guardians go. So he has to make his Wisdom save before we make ours.
Okay, he can do that. He's good.
All right, sweet. So he's only going to take half instead. And Dice Roller app, because I don't have 5d8s just lying around near me.
Oh, what a shame.
24, so he takes 12 points of radiant.
Jesus. Fang?
Man, Arbel failed her wisdom save. Or I think this is wisdom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 13.
We're just gonna trade aura damage back and forth.
21.
Okay. That makes it. You're gonna take half of the damage.
Does a 13 make it?
Does not.
Well,
Oh shoot, I should roll for Arbel.
All right.
Arbel, when I say Arbel, I mean Irina. She does not make it either. God damn it, Irina. Make a saving throw for once in your life.
I got 21.
You're just like your brother.
21 makes it.
Okay. And so how much damage?
20 damage. So half of that if you made it.
10. Don't like that.
Natural 20, my constitution save to keep Vic around. Oh, thank God. I need that boy.
Okay. So Rahadin kind of like tips his head as though he's like here and like kind of like knocks on his ear a little bit as though he's hearing a high-pitched sound that is irking him, and he takes a few steps back to get out of your aura. And you see him reach down to his belt and take a bladeless hilt off of it. And he says kind of softly, "It was my understanding that this blade was made for the son of King Barov." And he just kind of moves his hand from the hilt outward, and you see trailing after his hand there is this ghostly white energy that just forms a blade of cold, ghostly light. And this blade does not seem to give off light, rather it seems to suck it in, as there is now a aura of darkness around him within 30 feet. And this is magical darkness, so is anybody giving off any light right now for any reason?
Just the light in my eyes for survival.
Wonderful. Let's see what we can do about that.
The moon blade shines magical light.
Okay. How far? And what
15
kind?
feet. 15 feet.
Bright or dim?
I believe. Let me look. I'm in spells. That won't help. Equipment. Sorry. Creating bright light in a 15-foot radius and dim light for another 15 feet.
Okay. You are now giving off just dim light for 15 feet.
All right.
Whenever you enter the darkness. So he has stepped back and is now in the darkness. Okay, so that is Rahadin's turn. Speedy, it's all you.
Fuck.
And where's Stetchen's turn? After Speedy?
It's after Speedy.
Oh, okay.
So I just roll normally? Is he still blind?
He is still blind.
Cool, so I roll normally.
Yes.
First.
Advantage and disadvantage count each other out.
Oh, sorry. Bonus action, crossbow, sparks of electricity.
Mm-hmm.
First attack misses. Second attack. I'm not going to strap a sharpshooter on this because I need every single point. 18 plus 27 to hit.
Yeah.
Sorry. he takes... Oh, no, wait. He takes 8 points of piercing damage.
Aight. And then?
I'm going to move so that Stetchen and Irina can get down. And is Arbel still on the floor? Or has she gotten up?
Did you stand up?
I would have gotten up.
Cool.
Cool. I'm going to push her behind me. That's my turn.
Stashin, it's you.
So, Stetchen will use his movement because he never thinks, boy, I should really cast some healing on myself. But he'll come down into the room. So he's firmly within the area of the Spirit Guardian.
Mm-hmm.
And he will cast Guardian of Faith. And what that looks like is he says, this is the man. He is the one. He has killed us. He has killed the village. Let us exact our revenge. And from the floor comes up the spirits of the villagers in a glowing, that right there. Yeah, they all come up in glowing form and just expand into the room. And that spell, now I can be killed, and that's fine because it'll keep doing what it does because there's no concentration on it.
Don't say that.
That's very
Well,
cool.
yeah, I love this spell. So
It also lasts for 8 hours.
it lasts for 8 hours, or until it does 60 points of damage, one or the other. You call forth spirits to protect you. They flit around you in a distant. Nope, that's the wrong one. That is Spirit Guardians, not Guardian of Faith. Guardian of Faith. Large spectral guardian. I flavored mine different. Hovers for the duration in an unoccupied space of your choice that you can see within range. The guardian occupies that space and is indistinct except for a gleaming sword and shield. In this case, flavored differently. Any creature hostile to you that moves to a space within 10 feet of the guardian for the first time on its turn must succeed on a dexterity saving throw. The creature takes 20 radiant damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. The Guardian vanishes when it has dealt a total of 60 damage.
That's pretty good. All right.
And the best part is, in standing next to Arabelle, her spirit guardian makes everything anybody opposed to us move at half speed. So
This is correct. All right. So now, where is your guardian mechanically?
mechanically, it's how big's this tower room?
Oh, it's say like maybe 40 feet wide
All right, so
in diameter.
basically I had stepped next to Arabelle in the midst of her spirit guardian and then plunked it down like between us, so like 5 foot space between me and Arabelle, and that's where I called forth the spirits of the village.
Very cool. All right. Does that end your turn?
I moved, I cast. I mean, technically, bonus action. I will. Why not? Since I'm I'll hit myself with a cure. Healing word of healing word as a bonus action. Oh, I would do that, but I don't have it prepared. So, yeah, I'm done.
Is Rahadin supposed to repeat his
At the end of every
Line-
one of his turns, yeah.
Okay, I don't think he did last time. Hold
No,
on.
I don't think he did either.
That's why I asked if
Um,
he's still blinded.
Is it a wisdom saving throw?
Yeah. Wait.
That was con.
Yeah, it's a con save.
Con save. Okay. 15?
15 is the number that you were looking for.
Cool. Not that you guys know that, because he's standing in darkness. All right. So Session's turn is ended. On the Shadow Demon's turn, it is going to phase through the floor of the roof and land down behind Speedy. But I reckon Session is close enough that he is now in dim light and he is no longer hidden. He is going to... Actually,
If it's the first time he's entering into this area for the turn, he
Okay,
needs to make a wisdom save.
And I think it's the same. I think it's the same for the guardian.
Okay, I'm gonna need the two of you to be like major butt monkeys about this
Yep,
because
yep.
I will forget.
Yeah, that's why we're doing it now.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's a 2 on the die. Didn't make it. So this demon lands down behind Speedy, and then
He's got to
things
take.
happen to him.
He's got to make the dex save of 15 or better, or take the radiant damage.
Okay, the
well,
wisdom failed. Let's see what how his dex goes. Yeah, didn't succeed the dex either.
So he takes 20 points of damage.
And
Ooh.
21 points of radiant from me.
Oh my god!
He just dies.
Swiss cheese!
Wait, hold on. Was yours hold on. What type of damage was it? 20 points of...
It's both radiant.
They're both radiant? Oh, God.
Yeah.
Bad decision, Shadow Demon. He just took 81 points of radiant damage. He's only got 66 hit points.
and the best part is he phased through the floor like slowly as Vic's like hitting him with a shield or something.
Yeah, he slowly phases through the floor looking like a scary guy. And then Vic and like all of the rest of these dead people who were killed by Rahadin turn around and they just like put him through a cheese grater. They just like tear him to pieces.
He's phasing through the floor. He's like, hey, I'm gonna knife these. He sees everyone just look up at him. He's like, no, no, no,
no. Then yanks him back down and eviscerates him. God damn it, Shadow Demon.
Whew.
That was fun.
That was fun.
Oh, it was awesome. Scary.
Okay.
I am not nearly dead, so you know that's
Irina turns around and kind of looks at that happening, nods, and she's going to run headlong into the darkness after Rahadin. And she is going to roll at disadvantage within to try and attack him. First one does not hit. Second one does, and short sword does not hit. So she's going to get one attack off on Rahadin. And she is using a long sword. So she gets she nicks him once and does 5 slashing damage. But she's now disappeared into the darkness. Arabelle.
Arabelle is going to continue shuffling cards, this time pulling one out and casting Dispel Magic on the darkness.
Mm.
And then
Okay.
just continuing to walk forward with Vic by her side.
Okay.
And say,
We might be related, but that's not going to stop me from telling you that you're acting really shitty right now.
How far is your aura from you?
my aura for Spirit Guardians.
And it follows you, right?
Oh, yeah. So the Spirit
Okay.
Guardian aura is, let's see here, a distance of 15 feet.
Okay.
So 15 feet in all directions around, centered on me.
All right. Just checking.
Yep. So I will get within 15.
All right. So that darkness kind of melts away around you in just kind of a sphere. And
Wait, can it have been, could it have been Vic doing like a diagonal slash to cut the darkness in half?
Sure.
Awesome.
You can attack the darkness. And it just parts like a wind blowing away smoke. And Rahadin is just standing there with the sun sword out and ready for whatever he does next. Did you like that was your action?
That was my action. I don't have bonus actions, so.
Okay.
But if it's at the
Alright.
start of his turn, he needs to make a save.
Okay, he can do that. Huh.
It's a wisdom save for Spirit Guardian.
Yes. God, where are you, Rahadin? There you are. A 9 probably doesn't make it.
Nope. So he's going to take 27 points of radiant damage from Vic.
Go Vic.
Ouch. Okay. He's looking pretty rough. And he kind of looks around at the multitude of souls that have now filled the room, and he's all like, those ones got away too. And I need everybody within 10 feet of him? Nobody's within 10 feet of him. You're 15 feet away from him?
Irina is, but yeah,
Irina
we're
is.
not.
You're right. Okay. Well, in that case, he's kind of scanning the room, just sort of looking at each face in the crowd. And he locks eyes with Stashen, and he said, "You got away too." And he takes a step forward and vanishes into a dark mist. And he reappears behind you as he misty steps as a bonus action, and he is going to attack you thrice.
Oh, but he's
Flawed.
entered. But he has entered the space of the Guardian of Faith, and so the
This-
spirits get him.
All right, go for it. Actually, I need to roll. It's
Yep.
a dex save.
This one is Wisdom. Wisdom 15.
Okay. Oh, 15 exactly.
Okay. So he only takes 10 points of radiant damage.
All right. Still up. Here comes some attacks.
I know.
A 28 probably hits.
Yeah.
Okay. And then a God, I have to do quick math. Hold on. I know brain work. 21
Hits.
and 14.
Does not hit.
Okay. Give me just a second to get all the dice I need for this. Okay. 24 necrotic damage.
Double huggerk. All right, I'm down.
Okay. I think that is all he can do at the moment. That's his action bonus. He doesn't have anything else. And he says, I won't make that mistake twice. And he gets ready to plunge the sword into his chest. Speedy, it's you.
Nope, don't like that. First attack with sharpshooter. 16.
Nope.
Okay, bonus action. Not with sharpshooter. 24.
Yes.
Cool. 7 points piercing, 4 points lightning. Third attack with sharpshooter. 18.
The second attack actually killed him.
Oh,
How do you want to do this?
can I pass it off to Stetchen?
Yes.
Um,
Stetchen, you are not necessarily unconscious in this moment,
Okay.
but you are quote unquote downed,
Yeah.
and you can see him flip the sword to kind of a backhanded grip, and he's about to plunge the sword into your body. How does he die?
So Stetchen, we see him. He's still got the moon blade in his hand, and he goes to lift it, but he's hamburger, and he goes to lift it, and Rahadin clangs it away, and then the spirits behind him, the glowing tower of the villagers, just grab him and just start tearing at him, and he just kind of like he's pulled back, like what's going on kind of thing, and he just that rage anger face, and these villagers who are just simple people suddenly look like avenging spirits, and they bite and claw and just tear him to shreds until he just swirls up into the tower of them glowing.
And as they are tearing at him, you can see that they are actually physically pulling souls out of his body, and just more and more souls are joining the throng until the room is filled. And if Stetchen could see outside of the tower, there is just an orb of souls crawling to get at him until they all swoop up into a small little marble, and then they fly off into the sky and away. And for the first time in years, you have peace, and there are no souls attached to you.
And as I see that them all just ascend, he just kind of, oh, thank goodness. And he collapses, and he's unconscious, but he also looks at peace, like this is the first sleep he's had in decades.
All right. I think that's the best place that we can leave off for today. I know it's a little early, but we'll go ahead and roll death saving throws and everything in the Knights in the Courtyard, and we will learn your fate later.
All right. Sounds good. Because I was going to say Arabelle has mass healing word.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, I was just going to heal
I
everybody.
wanted a small scene.
Sure.
Yeah. Irina and Arabelle are off tending to Stetchen, and Bartholomew picks up the sun sword. And he just finds a quiet moment to himself and says to Sergei, I hope you're right about this. And the sun sword bursts outwards in that sort of light, but interposed between the light particles are bits of electricity.
Oh, dude.
Metal.
cut to black.
Yeah. All right. So I would like to say thank you, Danae, for running this wonderful game. That was metal as hell. I'm excited. We
This is
have
fucking
like
rad, man.
we have like tops 3 sessions left in this game. So like, oh boy. Hey, if this is your first time checking it out, consider going to youtube.com/indooradventures where you can catch up on all of our VODs. But that's my spiel for a different time. Hey, Danae, where can we find you? What do you do?
Find me at DanaeKeener.com. I do nerdy drawings, mostly related to D&D, and a lot of things on this channel. I play as Coriander the Eldrin Paladin during our homebrew game run by the wonderful Steven on Mondays, and I also run Curse of Strahd on Tuesdays, but not for long because we are very close to the end. Like he said, tops 3, maybe 1, depends on what happens next time. I don't even know when we're going to play next. It probably won't be until January, but that's me, DanaeKeeter.com. My name, my full Christian name.
The Fae have it now.
No!
Hey everybody, I'm RJ here on the channel, and you can catch me at rjustice282 on Twitter and Twitch, where I tweet about the nerdy things in my life and play Overwatch with some of these lovely individuals, plus LB Hackemup, who is not here with us today. You can see me as Caleb, the Shadkai Cleric, on Mondays during our homebrew session at 8:30. Here, of course, is on Tuesdays as Bartholomew, and catch me over at the Pro Restarters channel, 8 o'clock EST with LB Hackemup. We play the Cypher system in a game called Phase. DanaeKeener.com.
I was just trying to help chat along. They want to know when we back. But so I'm Graybeard's Tavern, and this is an amazing week, and I'm so glad Stetchen got revenge for the village. But we'll talk about that in Knights of the Courtyard. This week, I am playing in, I believe I just accepted a Sunday morning game, and I will be playing 8 games I'll be playing 8 games in 6 days, starting tonight. And so I'll go through them real quick. Tonight's this. Tomorrow, I'll be playing in Pro Restarters game at 4:30 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. After that, Monster Noir with Danae Keener. And I almost said Kefris, the indoor adventure. That's our once a month Monster Noir game that I wrote, and it's amazing and I love it. So that's tomorrow night at 8:30 after I play in Pro's game. Then on Thursday, I play in over on Encounter Roleplay. It's our Christmas special for our Death's Curios. Then on Friday, I'll be playing here again on Indoor Adventures with, who's in that one with me?
Jordan with the PH is silent is running it. Forgotten
LB.
Realms Explained. LB. Danae is going to be in 5 games on this channel this week.
Yep.
Cyber's in the game, and I think RJ is in that game as well.
Are you, buddy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So that's Dungeon Crawl Classics, Friday, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time here. Saturday, I am in. Oh, that one's not televised. I'm in LB Hackemup's live game at her house. Sunday morning, I'll be over on the Hype Goblins channel. Sorry, guys, this is long. Hype Goblins channel at 8:30 a.m. RJ.
8:30 a.m.
8:30 a.m. over there for Nexus Adventures.
It was a rough 8:30 a.m. for me, folks.
And then at 4 p.m. next Sunday, every other Sunday, I will be on G Game Nights, and we do Monster of the Week, where I play a Flake's conspiracy theorist character, and again, I love it. So come check me out. Check out my Twitter. That has my schedule. Sorry, that was so long, but this is an amazing week.
Yes, and if you have made it this
DanaeKeener.com.
God damn it. And if you have made it this far, you probably already know who I am. But if you don't, hey fella, what's up? It's me, your buddy, your pal, your friend, the Indoor Adventurer, the showrunner here at twitch.tv/Indoor Adventures. This week and this week only, we are doing shows Monday through Friday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you are just joining us now, consider coming back tomorrow at 5:30 again p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Time zones be crazy. It's a fun time. But yeah, it's a good time. Mondays, we got our homebrew. Tuesdays, we got Curse of Strahd. Wednesdays, we are going to be having our Monster of the Week game. Thursdays, we are going to be having our Ghosts of Saltmarsh, which this week is our Christmas crossover episode. So if this is your first time hanging out on the channel, consider joining us to see what happens when a paladin and a blood hunter end up meeting a cleric of Tharisden and just a dude named Hish Sungard. It is an incredible time in Saltmarsh, and I'm very excited for our Four Keeps players to meet it. And then, of course, Friday game, our dear friend Jordan of the Forgotten Realms Explained channel is going to be running a Dungeon Crawl Classics game that I will regrettably not be able to be a player in, but don't worry, we're still going to be hosting it here at the same damn time at the same damn place. So consider checking that out. Otherwise, we have a Discord, the link's below. We also have a Patreon set up where you can gain access to an after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but from the community at large. So consider it. And we will see you guys next time. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.